Who is important to you? Okei. Onko täällä muita? Damien.
Damien, is this what you wanted? It seems so far from the dream you once shared with me. I'm sorry I couldn't make Eliza what it should have been. I'm sorry I was weak and dropped off the project after you, but I just couldn't go on. I couldn't see the point. Do you understand? Of course you understand. You know what that's like as well as anyone. If I'd stayed, maybe I could have steered things in a different direction. As it is, I feel like I let you down. Want to know something funny? I used to think that at a certain point Eliza would be finished, more or less. And then after that, things would calm down and I would be happy. I thought, I just need to get through this project, and after that, my life's problems will go away on their own. Of course, I had no idea it doesn't work that way. None of us knew that. Goodbye, Damien. Goodbye.
I'm tired of having thoughts. I've been daydreaming about getting rid of everything I own and becoming a nomad. Just wandering the country with a sketchbook or something. I think mostly I need to get out of this city. Something about it isn't agreeing with me. Like there's this undercurrent of need that's just making me anxious. It's like everyone's got some kind of angle, you know, some kind of result they're hoping to get. And they look at you only as far as you can help them get what they want. And if you can't, well, then they don't bother with you. So what if I just left, you know? I mean, it'd be pretty easy. I don't have a life or any relationships here, despite my efforts to find them.
Sometimes you need to take a step back to move forward later.
Maybe so. It's hard to acknowledge sometimes.
I know where this is going and I like it.
I had this idea, right, that I would work hard and people would notice my work and I'd get opportunities, and from there I could scrape some kind of career together. And then with that said, I would sort of just magically obtain the rest of the things in a complete life. A home, relationship, family. So I did the work. I put in the work and nothing really happened. So why did I work so hard for so long for people to not give a shit? Fuck. Every night I sat and cried because people ignored me. Like they went out of their way to ignore me and praise others. So I think maybe I'm just bad at it. Maybe I'm just not meant for this. Everyone says you have to stick to it, just keep at it, but how can they be so relentlessly positive? To me, it just sounds like advising someone to keep bashing their head against a wall. Why keep doing something if it's clearly not working? Making things was all I wanted to do. I don't know what I'll do if I can't do that. But if there's no reason for it, the idea that maybe I should give up. I've been sitting with that the last few weeks. I don't have any qualities of the successful independent artist.
Except that you do. You totally do.
I mean, I'd love to think so, but what are they? People just don't seem to like me or my art very much. And I'm bad at knowing what people want to see. I don't have a fallback income or a family to support me. Those are real disadvantages, you know? It gets overwhelming sometimes. Eliza, are you just gonna tell me to stick to it no matter what, like one of those unbearably perky artists famous on social media?
Honestly, sometimes you have to try something new.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm in that headspace right now for sure. I think, I had this really fixed idea of what success was supposed to look like. I tortured myself every day wondering why I couldn't get the traction others were getting. Now, I'm beginning to realize that I can either stay mad at everything forever, or I can move on. I hate that this is true, but I want these thoughts to stop haunting me everywhere I go. I want to get on with my life. Moving on. I think that's the more healthy thing in the end. It's still painful though.
Giving up on a goal you really wanted is painful, even if it's ultimately for the better.
Yeah, for sure. I don't even know if giving up is the right term. I mean, I don't want to think of it like that. It's more like, I'm resetting, maybe. Like when you're trapped in a maze and you find a dead end, right? Then you have to turn around and hope you find a better way. There's this game I've been playing on my phone. It's a solitaire game that's weirdly hard. I don't even know if I like it, but I keep playing it for some reason. I get stuck a lot, and I've just been resetting it because I'm not good enough to think that far ahead all the time. I mean, that's a random thought, but like, it's kind of how I feel right now. If something isn't working, then you have to reevaluate it and maybe try it again, maybe come at it from a different angle. So, yeah, teaching could be fun. I like the idea of teaching, but I was afraid to think about it too much because I was chasing something else and I didn't want to settle for just being a teacher, which is silly. I know that on some level, but I had that fear. I wanted to be successful first, and then all the other things could happen later.
It sounds like you're working your way through it. Sometimes that takes time, believe me. I know.
Huh, you're not the computer program right now, are you? It's nice to talk to someone you didn't know before and just talk. It's like, when you talk to your stylist or the bartender or something, except that, I ended up sharing way more than I usually do. Thanks for listening to me. I'm sure it's been annoying to hear me complain about how I'm not successful yet every single week. Oh my god, will this bitch ever shut up? Like that. I think it all the time, listening to myself. But I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna figure it out. Thank you.
I'm so happy for her. Thanks, Ray. Tää on oikeasti niin liberating feeling. Se, että sä oikeasti lopetat sen säännönmukaisuuden, sä et vaan jaada, vaan sä et kuuntele vaan sitä jaada, vaan sä oikeasti keskityt siihen, mitä se sanoo, niin se on oikeasti... Yes, I wanna hang out. Maybe. Are you high right now?
Of course, you're dying to know how this sad little love triangle turned out. No, I suppose it wasn't technically a love triangle. More like I accidentally cheated on my girlfriend because I was smitten with another woman in my class. Doom, okay? Doom. Absolute destruction. She destroyed me. But it's not her fault, it's mine. I wanted it, after all. Like a moth to a flame. Sylvia, she... I can't not think of her. Every day. Every night. I miss her. I miss her so dearly. These are very unoriginal, cliched sentiments, but I can't get away from them. I suppose I've neglected to tell you any of the intervening events. So to be brief, Liz found out on her own about what happened, broke up with me before I could explain myself, and then Sylvia apparently lost interest in me as well. So, there you have it. I'm finished. Finito! A nice, pat tragic story. Open and close. Please applaud now. No applause? Fine. Anyway, it's fine. It'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'm fine.
You don't sound fine.
No, of course not. I'm doing extremely badly if you hadn't noticed. That's why I'm here. Do you expect me to come here and tell you everything's fine? Sometimes I think you're smart for a computer, but other times I question you.
Let's see if you can focus on the things that you can change right now, not the things you can't.
I don't believe there's anything I can change. I've already sealed my fate. My Perseus comes to kill me, no matter what I do to try to escape. How do I become someone who's not me? Someone who's not a caricature of a young man who has a needy, pathetic liaison and then obsesses about it for the rest of his life. Ugh, I hate myself. I can't go down that path. I would rather die than be one of those men who wallows around in it. There's a professor in my department like that who always wants to talk about his adventurism from decades ago. It's pathetic. We all mock him behind his back. I know I need to stop myself from becoming him, but I'm worried I already have.
For the moment, let's say you already have. Now what?
Well, then I expect I would simply follow the model of a man like him. Write a couple of bad novels, get tenure, and take up space in the English department for the rest of my natural life. Maybe that's not so bad. Maybe that's the most I can hope for from this absurd world. That's a terrible thought. I have to be better than this, don't I? If there was just some way I could get over her... There must be a way, isn't there? How can one person have scrambled my brain so thoroughly? I've been run ragged. I've been dashed to pieces. Sylvia. Oh, I could count the hours I spent closely interacting with her. Probably not even that many in total. But those hours have seared themselves into my brain so irrevocably that I am a completely different person now. A new man. A man built with suffering at his core. Perhaps you could prescribe me a draft of Nepenthe, the great potion of forgetfulness. Wouldn't it be nicer if I could just erase everything from the very beginning of it all?
Okay, I think I need to say something to you that you might not want to hear. Maybe you could work to decenter yourself from this story just a little. How do you think Liz felt? How do you think Sylvia felt? You've given no indication you've thought from either of their perspectives at all. It's just you, your story, your suffering. Try stepping away from that. None of us exists in a vacuum. Do you understand?
This is odd. Is that really you? I mean, yes, it's true. I should probably think about something other than myself. That seems like something impossible, since as far as I know empirically, the only generator of thought is me. But you're right. I should find a way to get out of myself. Get beside myself. Ecstasis. Yes, I'll pursue transformative experiences. Surge forward into the unknown. Good. Yes, thank you. Odd, I know, but good. Thank you.
I will fuck things up. Koska mä tiedän jo, että Soren on vähän in the deep shit, niin ehkä mä yritän nyt olla vähän kivempi sille. I'm just trying something.
I just feel stuck. You know, it's the same situation. My wife is in her 3rd trimester now, so it's all about the baby. All baby, all the time. It's really expensive. I had no idea. Crib, stroller, car seat, bottles, onesies, on and on and on. And I'm like, I think maybe Selena's parents hate me. I'm not even sure if she likes me right now. This whole having a kid thing, it's ruined everything.
What did you used to have that was ruined?
A normal, quiet life, the ambiguity. Having the kid forced me to face some things I was putting off thinking about. A couple days ago, I tried to have a talk with Selena about some of the things I was worried about. It didn't go so well. I don't know what I was thinking. She started to cry and told her parents, and now I have 2 sets of parents wondering if I'm up for this. But I'm fine. I just said some thoughts around who I am. That's all. Just some thoughts. She said, "This is not a time for you to be selfish." She said I should have been more honest when we first started dating. As if I knew exactly who I was and I could warn everyone about that. I still don't know who I am. If I look back, I can see I always suspected that I wasn't really the type to settle down with a wife and kids. Actually, I was prepared to have a life just by myself. It was difficult to imagine others would accept me, but then I met Selena, and she was cool, you know? I went out with her and we started a relationship and things seemed good. And I wanted her to stay with me, so maybe I didn't reveal enough. But it's not like I knew for sure then, you know? I really didn't. I thought things would be okay as long as I went down the path I was supposed to be on. So the relationship kept moving forward, one thing led to another, and then I got married to her. It was like I was on autopilot. It's possible I thought I could ignore the other stuff, and I don't know, eventually it would go away.
What are the parts you thought you could ignore?
I don't want to talk about that. I just have this side to me that I haven't told anyone about, that's all. And I've been feeling that side stronger than ever. I don't know why.
Okei, jos tää on sitä, mitä mä epäilen, niin mä en tykkää siitä, että tässä nyt yritetään forssaa se tieto ulos nyt tästä ihmisestä. Hänen pitäisi pystyä itse omin ehdoin kertomaan siitä tilanteessa, jossa hän on turvallinen, tai hänellä on turvallista olla. Mutta jatketaan.
I wish I could stop it. It's the worst timing possible. I can't do this, you know, but I have to. I have to. I can't believe I've gotten myself into this situation. I pretended to be a normal person for her sake. I wish I hadn't been so good at pretending.
What would happen if you didn't pretend anymore?
Well, then I would just be whoever I felt like. I would be someone else. I wouldn't be in the situation I'm in now. I wouldn't be ruining all these lives. Selena's life, her child's life, our parents' lives, it's not their fault they got stuck with me. I'm the one bringing it all down. How did I let this happen? I'm a shitty person.
I understand you're worried about the harm you might cause others, but do you really think this is the best way to cause less harm for everyone?
I can't think of another way. The problem here is me. It's so obvious. If I were just normal, you know, a normal guy, why can't I just be a normal guy? Whatever I want personally just doesn't matter here, you know? I have a family to protect now. That has to take priority over everything else.
And you'll continue to suffer?
Well, yeah, that's what men do. I made a promise and now I have a responsibility. Society only works because people accept responsibility and follow through on their promises. If everyone just did what they wanted to all the time, the world would collapse. It would be a disaster. We all want things we shouldn't actually have. That's why I need to reject these other voices and stay on the right path. I'm going to be good, and I'm going to stay good. I won't let all these people's lives be thrown into chaos because of my selfishness. I owe it to them to be the man I'm supposed to be. I'm not about to let anyone down because of some noise in my brain.
And you're sure you'll be able to keep ignoring what's bothering you?
Well, I have to. I have no choice. I'm already in trouble for making an attempt to talk about it, so I made the mistake once. But I think Selena and her family are willing to pretend it never happened. And as long as it never happens again, and as long as we just move on like everything's normal. Maybe if you can prescribe me something to, I don't know, make me feel better about all this. Make me okay with the way things are, the way they need to be.
It sounds like you're in a very difficult place right now. You've decided to bury something about yourself that you know is true. Something that can't be revealed even to your closest family members. Look, this isn't Eliza talking, it's me, the person in front of you. And I'm not supposed to talk to you like this, but I just want to say, consider the cost, please. I understand why pretending might seem like your only option. And who's to say, maybe you will be able to live successfully by keeping part of yourself hidden. But there will be a cost, not only to yourself, which you seem determined to pay, but to your future family, too. I've seen firsthand the way parents can turn an inability to face themselves into trauma for their children.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what I can do. Thanks for telling me what you really think, at least. Even though it makes things more complicated. I was hoping I would just get your bullshit answer and I would go on, but now you've gone and said some stuff that really... Look, I don't know you, but I appreciate you trying to help. I don't think anyone really can, but... Are you gonna be okay doing this?
I'll probably get fired. It's okay, though. Don't worry about me. Think about yourself. Think about the future. There might be more options than you think.
Tää meni paljon paremmin kuin mitä mä odotin ja... Yes. Siis... These are happy tears, motherfucker. These are happy tears. Yeah, fuck you. Fuck you. Ihana! Kiitos, Alison. Well then. I feel amazing. Seriously, I feel fucking amazing. Okei. Mun pitää tavata yhden ihmisen kanssa. Sore vois oikeesti kaivata mua, mutta mä kyllä valitan Noran. I'll choose her.
You know what I wish? I wish Elisa's made a rack mount version of the Andromeda.
What's this you're talking about?
Sorry. The Andromeda was like a synth that was like, just this real beast, you know? 16 voices with analog oscillators, analog filters.
Go on.
How can I describe it? It has this great fat American sound. But the keyboard is heavy and hard to carry around. So I wish they put it in a box. Don't look at me like that, yes? This is what I do all day. I stay inside my flat, buried in my synths and techno toys. To be honest, it's been a strange feeling lately. Like, wow, this is really what I do for my living. I don't get invited to attend events and give talks much anymore. The industry moved on. They mostly ignore me now. The people I used to know, they don't stay in contact. I'm not useful to know anymore. It's like the establishment is a big bus pulling away from me. And I'm standing by the side of the street watching it drive away. But you know, I'm happy with this. I don't have to worry if someone is friends with me just because I work at Skanda. I don't feel this weird oppressive hierarchy where people try to figure out where they are relative to you on a ladder when they first... It's nice to be free of that, you know? I don't hold power anymore. I would never go back. Not to Skanda or any other big tech place. Not for any amount of money.
I'm glad you found a situation you like. I need to do the same for myself.
You could join me. I want to make something big, a great big work of art, you know? I don't quite know what it's going to be yet, but I've got the ideas running around. Evelyn, what if we work together on it? I feel like we could accomplish a lot working together, no? Well, you don't need silly guys like Soren or Rainer. We should be building amazing things for ourselves, not for anyone else.
I have no idea what you'd want to make, though.
Well, we'll get to that part. Don't worry about it for now. Maybe we can make an installation. I have a friend looking for something to do with this warehouse space in Sodo that would be perfect for some kind of location-based experience. Or maybe I could make music, and you could come up with a visual engine that we could perform together. We'd have to come up with a band name. Oh, wait. I just had an incredible idea. Hold on. Okay, listen to this. What if we created an open source version of the Eliza core? Get that software into the hands of the people where it belongs, not owned and controlled by a big company. That might make Rainer angry. Wouldn't that be great? Maybe the Humanitarian Software Foundation would help us. Couldn't you see them getting on board with this idea?
That's an interesting thought.
Evelyn, being around you is really nice. You make me feel so calm, like everything is going to be okay. I know you have things to do and plans and so on, but whatever you decide, I hope we could still hang out together.
Yeah, I'd really like to. I don't know why we never did this before. Too busy, I guess.
Or maybe we weren't ready.
Ready?
People change. Situations change.
Well, I'm ready now. I'm sorry it took so long. Sometimes I forget there are people who care.
Evelyn, you could stay over one night. I mean, if you wanted. It doesn't have to be tonight, of course. Just if you feel like it.
Maybe I could. Maybe I will. Sometime.
Nyt mun pitää valita, mitä mä haluan tehdä. No, vitut ei. Mitä mä haluan tehdä? Ei! Miksi? Siis mä nyt ajattelen oikeasti tässä kohtaa vähän järjen kautta sillä lailla, että Noran kanssa homma ei toimis. Ja no, en sanoisi, että ei toimis, mutta siis niinku taide on vaikeeta. Soren ja Rainer, ei vitussa. Ja Rei, se on semmoinen turvallinen path, mutta ehkä ei kuitenkaan sitä, mitä mä haluun. Mutta se, että mä näin jo, että Evelyn tykkäsi niin hirveästi siitä, että mitä se teki. Tai sitten minä tykkäsin siitä, että Evelyn oli niin rohkea niissä noissa terapiasessioissa. Ja Let's just leave everything behind. Ja chapter 7.
No, this'll work.
Ei saatana. Ai vittu.
Are you sure?
I promise.
Please be safe, Damien.
Of course I'll be safe.
Would anyone like to have more wine?
I think I'm good for right now.
See? See, there it goes. Fire. Agent of destruction and creation.
Something nice about a campfire deep in the woods, isn't there?
Yeah. Hey, thanks for coming out here with me. I know camping isn't really your thing. Well, I mean, not Evelyn's thing, but I don't know about you, Nora.
Maybe a couple times. When I was a kid.
I thought maybe since we're in pretty deep on all the things we're working on right now, we could all use it. Because I used to, you know, when things got really bad, I'd come out into the woods and just be there. And it helped me. So I thought, maybe it would help you too. I don't know if it'll inspire you or what, but if more people could experience something like this, you know, something with the same meaning it holds for me.
It is nice. Honestly, I've been doing all right. Better than before, that's for sure. Finals are soon, but I'm not too worried.
You know, Evelyn's got her dissertation to finish up.
Oh, how's that going, Evelyn?
Oh, Nora. Nah, I know. You know you're not supposed to ask how the dissertation is going.
Is that a rule?
Pour me that drink anytime.
Hey, see?
Yes, let's have a drink. I'm still kind of freezing, even with this fire going.
Okay, this is delicious. You know, I've never actually had mulled wine like this before.
No? In my family, we always had it around this time of year.
You take red wine and add, what? Cinnamon, orange?
Yeah, those, and cloves, and, anise, star anise, and honey. That's it. Quite simple.
It's really warming me up.
That's what it's for. Ugh, so good. Evelyn, you doze off or something?
No, I'm awake. I was just looking at the fire. Kind of staring at it, I guess.
What do you see?
Everyone. People. Us.
I don't know what that means.
I think if we were going to make something to help people, it would be something that helped them see themselves. Something that reflected back on them somehow. Just a thought. It's probably nothing.
No, I like that though. Yeah, something to help you reflect. I think that's the right track. I'm really looking forward to working on these ideas with you two. And just as soon as all this nonsense with school is over. There's so many bad things happening in the world right now. But I don't know, somehow, for some reason, I feel like the future is going to be okay. I don't know why, I have this feeling that we're the ones. We're the ones who are going to fix it. Not we, like, you know, you or me, but I mean, like, our generation.
Perhaps.
I think we will.
The important thing is to try. I feel like that's what we're meant to do. We're meant to try.
Sometimes you get tired of trying. Well, at least I do.
I wonder what things will be like 10 or 20 years from now. You know, where we have achieved our goals. What would we say to each other? What would we say to our younger selves? The future we want, the future we're trying to create, did it even happen? Future selves, tell us if it happened, okay? Come back in time, just tell us that you made it happen, please.
Damien,
It's the wine.
it's more than just the wine.
I'm just interested in the future, that's all. My future, your future, humanity's future. Of course, right now, the only future I can picture is the headache I'm gonna have tomorrow morning, but...
No reason to worry about it now.
You know what, you're right. I'll have some more.
Of course.
I think I'm passing out.
Well, it is pretty late.
Good night, Evelyn.
All right, good night, Evelyn. Hey, I know you've been working hard, so have a good rest, okay? You deserve it.
I heard already. You're not coming back to Skanda. I'm a little sad that I won't get a chance to work with you.
Oi Erland, mä oon pahoillani.
But I'm sure you had good reasons. I just want you to know I'll always respect your creation.
Ja anteeksi, mä koitan puhelinta. Ihanaa. Se lähtee etsimään perhettään. Tai isänsä oikeastaan.
And I'll take care of it for as long as I can.
Thank you, Erland. There's something I want to tell you about working at Skanda, and I hope you don't take it in a negative way. I think your heart is in the right place, but your idealism is going to hold you back. I'm not sure the place is suited to you. You saw it already. They're going to ask you to do things you don't want to do. They might only be small things, but even small things build over time. It's going to be up to you to decide how to manage that.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. When this opportunity first came up, I was so excited. Running a program at Skanda right after school, at my age, it was just, I had to do it. Now I'm realizing maybe this is less of a blessing than I thought it was. Or maybe it is a blessing, just not in the way I first imagined. I still want to do the best job I can for the company. I want to be a great engineer and a great leader. I know it's a lot of responsibility. But I can't let the things I believe in be erased either. Is that going to work? Will I be able to balance those things? What if I've made compromises and I didn't even know it? Will I still be myself? Learning that you've been through some of the same things, faced the same kinds of decisions, it's nice to know. It's nice to know these concerns, these compromises, they aren't new. They're decisions everyone has to make. The other day I realized nobody's really asked me if I was okay. For whatever reason, I just kept moving here and there, and everyone assumed, oh, he's smart, he'll be fine. But I mean, if it's alright with you, maybe I could still talk to you once in a while.
Feel free.
Okay. Thanks, Evelyn. You've really helped me. I hope I can repay it somehow.
Don't worry about me. Pay it forward. There's no message, no point, no overarching story here. At one point, I worked for Skanda. At one point, I was involved in the creation of a computerized counseling system. Then I lost my way, and nothing happened. And still, nothing happened. I can look at these facts, but I see them as though they were someone else's life, not mine. Sometimes a radical break with the past is inevitable. When the past holds no meaning anymore, whatever value it held gone, now I am nobody. Not necessarily in a bad way. The external facts that used to define me simply don't exist anymore. So now I'll wander back to a past I never knew and a father I never met. I wonder if I can find him. All I know is that he's somewhere in Japan with a different family, his own family, a family entirely separate from me. I don't even know why my mother kept me away from him. Was she trying to protect me? Was it revenge? The more I think about it, the more I start to realize everything I've done came from this basic fact of my life. As much as I wanted to pretend it didn't affect me at all. I need to confront this part of me, this part of my past, even if it happened before I was born, even if none of it was my fault. It's part of me, whether I like it or not, so I have to deal with it. I'm only just now starting to understand. What a fool I've been. I built a program to listen to people, but I myself heard nothing. All I have now is the barest thread, enough to carry me across the ocean, at least. A pilgrimage into the unknown. Once again, I've become an empty vessel, ready to be filled with new life.
Wow. Tää oli kokemus. Ja ihan varmasti loppu voisi olla ihan erilainen. Jos mä olisin ottanut muita vaihtoehtoja, olisin mennytkin Sorenin kanssa tai Ryanairin kanssa tai tehnyt jotain muuta ylipäätään. Mutta tää oli kuitenkin ehkä se loppu, minkä tää Evelyn nyt ansaitsi. Vaikka siinä oli tosi vähän mitään tosta Evelynin menneisyydestä ja taustasta, niin toi oli semmonen, mitä tarvittiin. Tää oli hyvä. Nautin tästä. Tää aiheutti tunteita, mikä on hyvä asia. I'm just so happy. Ja se oli siinä. Kiitos kaikille, jotka jaksoivat katsoa tämän matkan. Ja mä koitan etsiä vastaavanlaisia pelejä tai jotain sellaisia ehkä vähän rauhallisempia, ehkä vähän positiivisemmalla nootilla päättyviä tai ylipäänsä positiivisemmalla olosia pelejä. Mutta I feel now so happy. Ei kai siinä muuta. Linkkari kuittaa ja nähdään seuraavan pelin parissa.